Hello and welcome back to the Babenbergs. I've been thinking about our situation with the Kingdom of Jerusalem and I have a few paths forward for us, and I think a lot of it's kinda out of our control, but there are a few things that we can do which can give us options. So let's have a look at what we want to do and what the problems are with the Kingdom of Jerusalem. So what do we want to do? We want to form the Archduchy of Austria. What are our problems with this? Problem number one. Well, let's actually acknowledge it from the bottom up. So, we have to have high crown authority or absolute crown authority. This we can do for... Where is it? It's in this one now. There we go. 130 prestige. So that, at the bottom of that, might as well just say costs 130 prestige. Not a problem. The second one is that we need to have a strong hook on Kaiser Lambert, which means that we either need to go down the intrigue lifestyle in order to find secrets, or we need to find secrets via like this, then via this one. I guess actually it's not find secrets and intrigue, it's fabricate hook. Yeah. So we either need to fabricate a hook, or we need to find a secret, or we need to hold events which can give us hooks, right? So any of those sorts of things will allow us to get a strong hook, but that's kind of out of our control. Like, we can do things to influence us having a chance of getting a hook, but we're not necessarily going to get one. And then the final one we have is completely control the region of Austria. We have a plan for this, but it's 2 generations out from actually happening, because what we want is we want the current person who holds Steiermark to die. We want Euphemia to inherit an unpressed claim. We want to press her claim, take over Steiermark. That then means that their child will be in line to Steiermark. That then means that when he dies and she dies, they will then have one child who's inherited Steiermark, which will then give them all the land they need to form the Archduchy of Austria, right? So that's 2 generations out. We could break her alliance and just declare wars for the land that we need, because we just need this land here. So we could, in theory, do that, but currently we have an alliance. So that's our problem here. Why would we want to form the Archduchy of Austria? 2 reasons. One, it gives us a kingdom, which I guess doesn't really matter. The second is that it gives us primogeniture law about 100 years early. If we have a look here, you'll see that primogeniture requires you to be in the late medieval period. Late medieval's not open until 1200 AD, and then on top of that you have to actually research that technology, which is still quite a while out for us. So yeah, it would allow us to get it pretty early, and that's kind of the main benefit of having the Archduchy of Austria. I guess the other benefit is that you would then have a kingdom that had de jure land, which was the land that you already hold, but actually it's not that big a benefit because Bavaria as a kingdom has a lot more de jure land and is just straight up a better kingdom. Really, the main benefit we're getting from this is primogeniture, and the fact that it's cool to create. But anyway, yeah, so that's what forming the Archduchy of Austria does. What is the problem that we have? Well, the problem we have is that when King Otto dies, his heirs are going to be us, right? Because there's us, and then there's his heirs, and if we have a look at our heirs, you'll see that it's a very similar list of people. So basically, whenever he dies, it's going to be whoever we're playing as, which kind of puts a timer on how long we have to create the Archduchy of Austria, because we can only do this while we are a count or a duke or below. It doesn't say that here, but I believe that is the case from looking at the wiki. Now, it might not be the case, in which case we could do this afterwards, but we're going to assume that that is correct for now. So, I said that we had some options going forward. What are our options? Well, you're 40 years old, right? He is Herculean, so let's say that he's going to live to be 70, right? Let's say 70 is a fairly reasonable number for him. That gives us 30 years in order to form the Archduchy of Austria. In those 30 years, what do we realistically need? We need the ability to completely control the region of Austria, and we need a strong hook on Kaiser Lambert. So, what I think we're going to do, and I know this is going to annoy our ally here, what I think we're going to do is we're going to fabricate claims on Steiermark, right? Because if we want to do it, we need to have a reason to declare war. So I'm going to fabricate claims here. Okay? So that's step number 1. Fabricate claims on Steiermark, looking specifically for a claim on the duchy. The second thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my spy master from disrupting schemes to finding schemes in the capital of the Holy Roman Empire, or finding secrets in the capital of the Holy Roman Empire. The reason I've done this is this will then let us find secrets. If we can find a secret that allows us to get a strong hook, not a weak hook like a murder secret, like something that he's done that's actually wrong, apparently, then we will have that part ticked off, and that will then, in theory, put us one step closer. I think that those are 2 fairly easy steps that we can do to give us options going forward. If we get the strong hook on Kaiser Lambert, and we have the claim, then I think that we should just take the region of Austria and create the Archduchy of Austria early, right? I think that that's the plan. We just break our alliance, we take the penalty from it, and then we create the Archduchy of Austria. If we don't get a hook, well, we weren't going to be able to do it anyway, right? So we know that. If we don't get a claim, we wouldn't be able to do it anyway. So that's kind of my logic here. Now, there is another path for what might happen. The other path is that our brother could lose Jerusalem, which does happen quite often to the Crusader kings. If he loses Jerusalem, that also fixes our issue. So the one thing we absolutely do not want, and he's too far away, which is perfect, he can't even offer it to us, we do not want an alliance with him under any circumstances. Because we want him to fail, we want his realm to fail, we want him to lose all of that land. That would be ideal for us because that fixes all of our issues. But as I said at the start, I think, we don't really have a huge amount of control over what happens here. We're basically just hoping that we can get a hook and we can get a claim, right? I think that those are the 2 steps that we need to start with, and then we have options from there. We are also going to hold activities, which we will invite our liege to, and if we have an opportunity to get a hook on him, then we can do it at those activities, but, you know, we don't really have any control over what events the game gives us. So, again, it's kind of just hoping that we have an opportunity. So all we've effectively done is just taken a few steps to push the random chance a little bit towards our direction, to give us options potentially in the future. But anyway, we have one other major problem for actually firing this as well, which is that we are at war. And if you're at war, you cannot do this. And we're at war, specifically in 2 horrible wars. The first is this war for France that we were already in. So that is this war for Isabeau's claim on the Kingdom of France, but we are now also in the Maghrebi invasion of the Kingdom of France, and they are coming with quite a few troops. They have 13,000 troops to our 4,000. By the way, look at his army size, 4,265. This includes our army in here. Our army is 4,263. This means that towards the war effort, he is providing 2 soldiers. Yeah, it's not a lot. So, we're in those, but we're also in the Khazar overrunning of the Kingdom of Hungary, which, if they were to surrender, would mean that this guy would get a bunch of land in Hungary. Like a lot. And the main problem with that is Austria and Hungary are well known to be directly next to each other, which means that we will have a big enemy right here. So we have problems. We have many problems. I'm thinking about what I want to do here. Now, we do hold some land over here in Venois? Yeah, something like that. Benoit? Something like that? Anyway, we hold some land over here. I'm going to use this land in order for us to put our rally point there. And I'm going to grab some mercenaries. More specifically, I'm going to grab the Order of Calatrava, because we are now facing a religious enemy. They can join us. They can't help us with our sieging, but they can help us in general. Why am I recruiting them over the Knights Templar? Well, wait, the Knights Templar have step riders? What? The main reason... Sorry, that just confused me. The main reason I'm hiring them is because we met one of them in Cologne. So that's the main reason I'm hiring them. So I'm like, oh yeah, I recognize them. Anyway, they're going to come down here. They're not going to help with our siege in the slightest, but they will increase our odds when we face Maghreb, because that means that we'll have 9,000 troops rather than 4,000, which is good. I wonder if that counts as your military strength. It does. Huh, despite them not being able to be used in this war, because presumably you are Catholic. Yes. Okay, cool. I could also do another grand tour I'm just looking at here. I'm busy. I'm busy. I think that's a fair answer right now. Busy. Okay, tutor's educating our child. Well done, tutor. You're sieging here, you're going to go next door. Enemy ally joined war. Neighboring ruler won a war. So you've won an uprising. Well done, full up. Yeah, he's probably going to complain in a second we haven't helped and we're going to have to give him money. But that's fine. We can do that. Oh yeah, what's also annoying is, where do you think Maghreb are likely to send their troops first? Oh, probably to this land we've been sieging for this other war. Which is very, very annoying, because if we were able to siege all of Toulouse, that would give France 100% war score, and we're only like, 4 provinces off getting there. So, that was an actual answer for us. We've formed an alliance with Duke Adalberto of Spoleto, as he is now ruler. Ah, so Duke Pellegrino of Tuscany has died. This now means that Adalberto of Spoleto is there, and we have a Duke of Tuscany, and we have a Duke of Emilia. Well, I should be able to grab alliances with all of these guys, right? No? Did I not? Oh, it's a betrothal, right? Yes, it's a betrothal. So when he's 16, I can form alliances with all of them. Yeah. I can't form alliances until they're actually married. Alright, fair enough. I can ask my head of faith for gold, because I'm in a holy war. Let's do that. It's free money, so I'll take it. Yeah, there's the army, and look at where it's sieging first. Oh, the city that we took. I think that will take 20 days for them to siege. Let's have a look. 4 months? These are your siege units? Yup. Okay, espionage, murder. While performing her duties as my spy master, Christina has uncovered a secret held by my fellow vassal, Duke William. He schemed from the shadows to have Mayor Caratas murdered. Huh. Okay. That's William of Pisa. Wait a second, was he not married to that person who we had a problem with at one point who won a board game against us? I think he might be. Okay. You know what? You're getting your murder exposed. Right. Oh, they're just walking straight past the city? Why? I mean, I shouldn't complain that much, but they've decided that they're going to siege the more difficult siege first. Okay. They're not sending your siege units to the city. Okay. Well, we got you 10%, France. Would that be enough? It doesn't tell me whether they wouldn't accept peace or not. With many prisoners. One of them's worth 50 gold. I'll take my 50 gold for you. We could merge our troops and consider attacking. The problem is, I don't think we're stronger than they are. Yeah. I mean, those are mountains. So if we could get there, we would be stronger because we get defensive bonus in the mountains. But yeah, we can't get there. We'd also get defensive bonus in the mountains, I think, if Toulouse made a white peace. Although, actually, there's a chance we might get that defensive bonus anyway. I don't think it's a high chance, but my logic would be, right, Toulouse is at war with France, but this is French land as well. No, it's counted as an independent realm currently. Yeah, no, it's not going to work that way. I was thinking, because it's French land, and this is an internal war to France, and this is an external war, it might work differently, and I'm like, no, that's a mechanic I would want to exist. I don't think that's a mechanic which does exist. Let's just move our army over here and start sieging. Hey, allies joined war? Hey, you have allies. Hey, that's cool. Well done, France. Where did you get those from? Okay, I mean, they only have 400 troops, but, you know, it's not bad, I suppose. Would be nice if, you know, France could do anything in this war. They're about to lose another siege. What is France doing here? Oh, wait, they only have 2 troops. Yeah, never mind. You've discovered Duke Magnus II's disputed heritage secret. Okay, I'm not worried about that. Prisoners are dying in the prison. Okay, well, that's fine. It's not my problem. Okay, they've now won that siege, and they're now walking away with more war score. Also, we lost some more score up here because they managed to siege that. Let's head to the next bit. Currently, actually, I'm kind of happy to just let Maghreb go and wait till France are, like, strong enough to, like, raise up an army separately. I think if we can end this war, then that'll help a lot. With his coming of age, my tuition of Robert is at an end. Always a clever child, Robert proved time and again over the course of his studies that he had a natural affinity for careful planning and more than a little misdirection. He knows a lot of different ways to get what he wants, most importantly he is highly aware of the political implications of those wants. Duke Eustache's contributions towards Robert's education cannot go unmentioned. His guidance has helped the child reach further than I could have alone. Oh, I think this must be the... Yeah, this must be the thing that I read in the wiki where it said that if the spouse of the educator has a high enough learning or certain traits, it can give extra bonuses to the education throughout the education. So that must be what this means. Yeah, but what did he end up with? Intricate web weaver. That's not too bad. Yes, and he can marry Vladislav of Bohemia when she comes of age. Okay. Hey, we're through the walls. Which means that'll be nice and quick. My spy master Christina has uncovered a secret by my liege Kaiser Lambert. He was the man behind the failed murder attempt on Count Henrik. Okay. Yes, these appear to be weak hooks. Yes. What would be interesting is actually a mechanic where you could add up the weak hooks and make, like, you know, 2 weak hooks make a strong hook or something. During my afternoon stroll down the streets of Vienne, my daughter Eleanor runs up to me. Mother, they just started swinging each other when... She is interrupted by a high-pitched shriek, turning our attention to the fight down the street. The combatants appear to be a couple of young lads from my court, circling each other in preparation for another tussle. Here's a chance I gained a firm hand perk, out of nowhere. I didn't, but there was a chance. Do I want to... In my head I'm like, do I want to fight that army? I think I'm a little too late, but I think the answer might have been yes. Although then Maghreb will understand that I exist, and I'm actually quite happy to just siege over here. They have no beef with me, I have no beef with them. Okay. Let's get the last bit of land. You know what? This might give us 100% war score. Oh, no, I need to siege this as well. But this might give us a 100% war score anyway, because, once I siege these two, because all their land will then be sieged. Espionage Witchcraft. While performing her duties as my spy master, Christina has uncovered a secret held by my fellow vassal Duke, Lanfranco. There's evidence he may be participating in secret rituals. Well, I mean, it would be hypocritical of us to reveal it after finding out that our son was a witch, but it doesn't mean that we won't do it, it just means it'd be hypocritical. Alright, 4 months left in the siege. I don't believe that these guys will siege. I can test, but I don't believe that they will. because this isn't their war. Wait. Wait, they'll siege? What? Huh. Maybe I'm thinking of CK2, where they wouldn't. I thought that they wouldn't participate because they are not because this is not someone of a different faith, and I thought the Holy Orders would only participate against different faith, but maybe it's you can only hire them if you're against a different faith, and once you have them, they just work? I must be thinking of CK2. Okay, Kaiser Lambert has somebody else he tried to murder? How many people has he murdered? See, being a witch, now that's a strong hook. Murdering 3 people? That's not... murdering 2 people and attempting to murder a 3rd. That's not worth a strong hook, but you know, a witch, definitely. Okay. Farmsteads has been constructed. That's cool. So that's over here. Do I want to upgrade my farm estates? I mean, it gives us more holding taxes at the higher level. I guess so, yeah. Let's keep upgrading it. That's what we're doing there. They're coming down to fight us, but now we know this army will join in. Let's send them up to back us up. And now they're backing off. I'm invited to Prince Bishop Paul's feast. I decline. I'm busy. I'm focusing on the war. I need to somehow make it so that France can win 2 wars, and it's not the easiest task in the world. Prisoners have been taken in sieges. Either of them worth war score? Nope. In which case I can simply ransom them for money if they're up to being ransomed. How much supply have you got here? Not enough. Okay. So I head down this way. Okay, do that. I can potentially negotiate an alliance with Primzil, my half-brother. Okay, wait. My half-brother became King of Bohemia? What? Did I know this? Nope, I did not know this. This happened 1 month ago. I see. So now who is my son in line to marry? So my son's in line to marry this person, who is now the aunt of the person who holds the March of Bohemia. But she is not actually in any way related to my half-brother. No. I think... Well, she might be a cousin of my half-brother. Okay. You're dead, so let's just remove you from the list. The 3 people in here. Tuscany. Spoleto. I'm just working out who I need to have marked as, like, potentially interesting. You. Right. Bohemia. So that is currently held by my half-brother. If I check your dynasty tree. So, where is he? So that's the dynasty head. King Vratislav? I think it's looping somewhere. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, was it Ota's line? It might be an Ota's line. No. Via that Ota. No. So there's King... Oh, no, there we go. There's my Sorry, I was getting confused. Because that's the dynasty head, and then there's my half-brother. So there's my half-brother there. So King Conrad is there, and then the previous guy is somewhere. So the previous guy is Prince Friedrich. Ah, there we go. Okay. So I think that must be house head. That's house head and that's dynasty head. Although I think dynasty head's about to change. Anyway. So how is his aunt, so that would be you, how is she related to him? Something cousin once removed? I think. Yeah, okay. Yeah, not related in the slightest, I think is what I'm coming up with. Okay. Cool. So that alliance is now weird. But now we're directly related to him, which means that he is your uncle. Right? Like that. So, like, if we're going down that generation, so for my player heir, the King of Bohemia is now his uncle, and then the person in line of succession to Bohemia is his cousin. Okay. Yeah, alright. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Right. Anyway, yes. Yeah, he's already marked as interesting. That's fine. Right. Head to our next location. Espionage, bastard. I've discovered that you are a bastard of her, which I think we already kind of knew from some of our other stuff, because she was sleeping with somebody, it was my half-brother or something. Anyway. More people have joined the War for France. That's the Winter Welsh have joined it. Okay. I believe that this might be 100% war score when we finish this siege, because we hold all of Toulouse. Well, because all of Toulouse is then occupied. I believe it might make it 100%. Oh my god, Khazar losing. They're overrunning against... Oh, no, 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 no. So this side's losing theirs badly, although they have 20,000 to 7,800, so I don't know how they're losing that badly, but they are. So, you go, random person join my court. Should have looked at who it was. Guess I still could. I'm not going to go to your hunt. I am busy. Courtiers. Where is he? Where's this rat? This guy. Alright. Cool. They just turned up in my court. That's nice. Alright. Trying to figure out a reason. No reason. Here I want to go to Architect, so I'm going to grab cutting cornerstones to make buildings cheaper. Let's do that. Espionage, lovers. I've discovered that Count Ruprecht has secretly taken my fellow vassal Mayor Analhiogiel of Comberg as a lover. Okay. If this doesn't get us 100%, I need to siege this. This is going to be very difficult because Maghreb will defend their siege. I'm hoping that we get enough that they just white peace. Okay, so that's 44%. They gotta want a white peace now. Let's see. I can't see whether they're interested in it or not, but France have got to want a white peace now. Right? Gonna head down there for now. Okay. Can I ask my head of faith for another 700 gold? He'll say yes. Alright, thank you. About to finish my hospices in Ottoburg. Wonderful. Wonderful. That is now finished. Okay. So that's cool. What else is Ottoburg for us? It's somewhere to host feasts, apparently. Okay. This already gives us a benefit for feasts. So there's 2 reasons to hold feasts in Ottoburg. Is there anything else I can do that would help us with feasts? Or similar? I don't see anything obvious, but doesn't mean there isn't anything. I guess I'll just upgrade farms and fields then. It's okay. Right. Back over here. They are moving away as a group. There's a chance we can steal a siege. Let's steal it. Espionage lovers. I've discovered that my fellow vassal, Duke Benoit of Upper Burgundy, has taken Melisandre as a lover. The daughter of Count Goucher Bress. Alright, I'm learning all the secrets of the realm very quickly. You've rescinded my appointment as Marshal. I don't actually care, but thank you. Robert can now marry Princess Vladislava. And that guy apparently gets us no alliances, although I think we can negotiate some from it. Yes, so I said yes. So you, I think I can still negotiate an alliance with you, right? No, apparently not. Okay, it must be too far away. Or maybe you can't negotiate an alliance with a child. Not sure. But you're going to come stand in these mountains with me. 45-day siege. Let's go. We are very close to having sieged the entirety of Toulouse for France. Next one. Move into this friendly territory. Prisoners, you worth anything yet? Nope. Okay. This I think they might defend. No, they're running away. Okay, though they're not running away, but they're sieging over here. Fantastic. You've discovered a disputed heritage thing. Cool. This will be a 100% war score when we finish this, by the way. Wait, no, it won't, because Toulouse... Oh, this is why it didn't work, I think. Toulouse still have land up there as well. So if we want to siege all of Toulouse, we have to siege that land up there. France, could you just white peace? We've got other wars we need to care about. I'm now an ally with Prince Vilmos of Carpathia, as he is now a ruler. He's the one who's going to marry my daughter. I see. And you hold the Duchy of Bahir. I don't have an alliance with Oscar of Carpathia. Wait, apparently I can offer to join this war. It just popped up there. That's weird. I'm fairly certain I'm in his war, but yeah, okay. That's fine. Yep, so they just lost a big battle. Can we white peace, France? Any chance of a white peace? France are like, no, we're winning. Like, you're not winning. I've been invited to Bruno's feast in Schaumburg twice. So this is my steward in Schaumburg. Like, I guess I could say yes to this one. It's not really a long trip. Or was this what I was invited to first? Count Otta. It's a grand tournament. Okay, apparently I can't even go to that. But I said to notify me for grand tournaments. Wait, I can go to King Theobald's coronation? Thibault of France. This was the time you thought to hold a coronation? I'm going to his coronation. I mean, we're putting all this effort into, you know, securing his realm. The least we could do is go to the coronation. Now, do I want to go to Marl and Luxembourg on the way back? Maybe. Let's just adjust my route here. Let's head to Marl. No, don't do that. Go here. And go to Luxembourg. Right. I don't have a caravan master. I'm going to go with my new person, Guyberto. You will be my caravan master. Right. Let's go. Right. That's all fine. Your head of faith would grant you a claim on the Kingdom of England. What do you mean Kingdom of England? What happened? Was there a succession in Norway and it split your realm in half? Yes. Yes, there was. Oh, okay then. Although, wait a second. Norway's under a Scandinavian elective, and this is underneath what type of succession law? Partition. Okay. Sure. Sure. Right. Back down here. I'm now in a regency, because I'm now off to this coronation. Argo has taken Agnes as a lover. They're coming for me, aren't they? Yup. 36 days. How long do you reckon it's going to take them to get here? 32, 30. Guardian Angel. This time, Herbert has helped, or has been helped by, I know there's a way of saying it, by that person. Let's say we must make haste. Sure. 30 days left. How long does it take you to get to this holding? 5 days. 5, 10, 15. Yeah, we're not finishing that siege. I can add it up. We're not finished. It all adds up to us not finishing that siege in time. A stolen keepsake. In the quiet of our camp near Passau, a shrieking uproar breaks the calm. My caravan master, Ghiberto, confronts my courtier Herbert, accusingly, holding a treasured locket. "You thief, this was my mother's!" "You lying bastard, it has always belonged to me." Do I have someone I care about more than the other here? Not really. Let's say we do not have time for this, and they shall argue between themselves. Okay, they fought, and Ghiberto won it. Night by the campfire. Long after night has settled, I find myself laughing, telling stories and drinking with Ghiberto, Catherine, and... Again, I know there's a proper way of saying it, and I keep coming up with ways in my head, and I'm like, nope, okay, and that person. I didn't know he had it in him, but Ghiberto ended up telling a particularly ribald story about 4 peasants he had seen in Vienna. After drying my eyes from laughter and drinking a bit to clear my throat, I will ask him to tell me another story. And run away. Okay. France, I'd really like to request a white peace in your current war. If you would please just white peace, everyone would be happy. The Khazar overrunning of Hungary, they won. Yikes. That's a scary person to be on the border. Yep. Yep, that's a little bit scary. Okay. He apparently doesn't care that I didn't help him very much in the war. That's fine. That's good. My alliance with this guy's gone because, well, he's no longer landed or anything. Can't invite him to my court. Okay. Well. Yes, I'm not really sure what the plan is here. Caught outside, apparently. Well, we'll delay for 7 days. Guess my plan is to head north. Let's go see whether we can break this siege of the capital. Secret exposed. My vassal Countess Richard has accused my daughter Marie of having an extramarital affair with my steward Count Bruno. Oh, I see. How could she defile the sanctity of her marriage? Do I imprison my own daughter? Or do I say it's not but malice and lies? I say it's not but malice and lies, I guess. Yeah, maybe a little bit of hypocrisy is not the end of the world for us here. My daughter can marry? Wait, what happened to her husband? Died from stress. So he got a stress event because his wife was an adulterer and he just died? Like, he just dropped dead. And that's where our alliance with France came from. So we no longer even have a real reason to be allied to France. Except if my daughter marries the King of France. It's the only path forward, I think. I will send the proposal. Yep. I've spent so long securing this guy's reign, you know. That's fine. Okay. My lady, it's most fortunate you and I come to meet at this crossroads, for I'm in search of a marvellous fountain with which water is said to cure all illnesses. If you were to help me in my quest, I will pay homage to you. Wait, my lady, I know this knight is Loop. Okay. We can try and get him to join us, or I can say, I shall never leave a knight unattended, lead the way. The knight leads us to a small clearing where a natural fountain glimmers. The light reflects on its surface with a blissful shimmer, and it makes the water look so bright that it feels like a second sun. Careful, a beast, a guardian! The knight points at a stag standing between us and the fountain. Don't worry, I shall fight it. I'll distract it if you get the water. Now you'll make a fine distraction. I'll distract it for you. The beast wounded me. Oh no. I've now arrived. I'm no longer wounded. I'm now arrived at this coronation. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yes. I'm going to offer support. Yes, definitely. Right. A gift worthy of a king. I will speak to the clergy on his behalf, which is what we've done previously. In your glorious light, King Thibault takes a second to observe the crowd, observing a fly crawling on some gilded decorations. The voices of the courtiers have become as constant as the chirping of birds, and I have no doubt that Bouchard intends to join them. Good Duchess, may be so bold as to ask what your thoughts are on the celebration. I have no doubt that King Thibault's rule will be one of love and justice. Let's say long may he reign. We're heading up here for a big army. Offering support. Finally, our sensible King Thibault has been left alone. I start slowly making my way towards him with a smile on my face. I cannot waste a chance to show my loyalty. We will not forget who supported him, or I could foster my relationship with the king. Let's foster my relationship. He became my friend. Okay. I want to fight that army. Have my best. Good Duchess, I turn around to find Duke Henri next to a nervous man. You know that I cherish you, and it would bring me great joy to help you. Here I offer the first and best of my men, Simon, my well-accomplished knight. Pretty good at diplomacy, Simon. May this serve as the start of a friendship between our houses. Let's say few are as generous as you, which is also what we said previously when we don't necessarily need that person. Espionage, lovers. I've discovered that my friend, Prince Bishop Dietrich, has secretly taken Renata de Pontio as a lover. Oh. Okay. Do you know of her? Duchess Haley Ermengarde. King Thibault calls me with a big smile. Next to him stands another guest, a countess I am not acquainted with. This is Countess Elizabeth. King Thibault introduces her. I believe you two would find much common ground. Shadowy rumours, perhaps. We won't be having him talk about us and shadowy rumours. Keep chasing. We're going to win this battle. A quiet moment. What are we going to ask Jesus for? I don't know. I guess we could ask St. Matthew for wealth. Although we've already done that. I guess I'll ask for good health. Keep chasing them down. Why are we not catching them? I have a level 3 organizer. Who do they have? Maybe it's just shorter between, like... Maybe it's shorter to go here to here than it is from here to here. So our organizer doesn't make that much of a difference. Coronation has gone up massively in magnificence due to a rousing speech. Fantastic. He got the good crowd event. We are going to catch them. Fantastic. And they're slightly in debt. Right. Yes, these are the same stuff that we had before. It's all okay. The holy oil has been done, so he is now anointed. And he has now been crowned. Wonderful. What's the oath? Also, we just beat their army up, which is great. They get quite a lot for some of their sieges. I was thinking we can continue chasing their army. Or we could try and take this siege back. It's only going to take them 3 months. Yeah, I think we go and take one of the sieges back. The oath. He says it's going to be a golden age for France. Alright, we'll see. Kaiser Andreas has become my new liege. Oh, after the death of Kaiser Lambert the Wolf. He died from his wounds. Okay. Well, and who have you got an alliance with? Denmark. Okay. Right, it's now the feast. Mutual spirits. What started as an ordinary feast became an exceptional one thanks to the presence of Duke Henri. We spoke all evening about all manner of subjects, and as things would have it, we seemed to have a lot in common. I had such a good time with him. We are now friends with him. Alright. Wait, is he a detractor? He is a detractor, but we're friends with him. Okay. It's fine. Delightful treat. Of course we're going to try this. Yeah, let's try this. We didn't become hooked, but there you go. To drink and be merry. Outside the feast, I enjoy a breath of fresh air and a view of Lille, along with the sounds of lovers in a nearby shrub and a local knight vomiting dangerously near them. Above it all, the sounds of the Castletown celebrations hang in the air. An idea then strikes. King Thibault would no doubt appreciate the people singing his name. Nah, I think I'm okay. Fine for now. Right. Low durability. Ah, Mallet Storm needs repaired. Okay. That's fine. 4 months left on this siege. The Witness. What? Duke Henri is dead? As I stumble outside to relieve myself, I hear shouting around the corner. As I turn around to see my foe, Duchess Emma of Burgundy, sneer as she sinks her blade into the face of the cowering Duke Henri, my friend. Now dead friend. Okay, he has now left somebody's claim for the war in the Kingdom of France. Presumably he was on the other side. Whatever sound I made must have been enough for Emma turns towards me, surprise in her face. I'm going to expose her murder secret. And I gained stress, because my friend died. Alright. I see. That's fine. Feast with a friend. We get some bonuses for feasting with our new friend, the king. Okay. A promise is a promise. Unconcerned with any etiquette, my son-in-law, King Thibault, slaps me on the back. I mean it. I'll do anything you ask of me. Anything at all. Ask me and it is done. You can smell alcohol on Thibault's breath, but the promise has been noted by every guest present. Alright. I'll take the hoop. Definitely. Celebrations end. Wonderful. He has sworn an oath to strengthen the house. Alright. Cool. And now we're heading back. Council invitation. You would like me to be Chancellor of the Holy Roman Empire. I accept. I have been that before. And that one gives us vassal opinion and monthly diplomacy lifestyle experience. I'm going to take the claim on Graz here. And then I'm going to send you over here to get a claim on just another holding. Which still has a chance of us getting the duchy. So, we'll do that. Right. I got some diplomacy lifestyle experience. True aim. Teeming with all manner of wildlife, Gilberto and I agree that Malboden would be a splendid place to go on a hunt. While we don't have time to stay for a proper outing as we traverse the area, I spot a pristine wild rabbit at the edge of the forest. Its peculiar markings on its fur and a motion to Gilberto to survey the animal. As he spots the rabbit, he grins. What would you say to a friendly wager, liege? Whoever strikes that pristine fellow with the arrow wins. Alright, sure, I'll do a wager. I have won and I got the lucky rabbit's paw. Fantastic. Not lucky for the rabbits. And we have now bonded. We are now friends. That's cool. Hey, we've got some war score back for doing that. And they're still losing the Maghreb war, which means they're going to lose France. Wait a second. If they lose France... Just checking something here. What's actually wild is that they will lose France, but they won't lose the Kingdom of France. I think. Let me double check what this says. Where does it say? Oh, sorry, I need it in this. Okay. Vassalizes all titles belonging to the de jure title. Maybe he's gonna get... I don't think he should get it though, right? Because they hold land that's... Is it's not de jure or anything? Maybe they would... Maybe because he only holds France, actually, maybe they would get it. What I'm wondering is, because if we look at the land that he holds, this is not French land, this is Burgundy's land. So I'm wondering whether this would still be the Kingdom of France afterwards. A very small Kingdom of France, but a Kingdom of France nonetheless. Okay. Familiar trees. Haven't we seen that massive tree before? I swear we're going in circles, my caravan master Gilberto shouts. Perhaps he is right, we've seen no sign of getting out of this forest in hours. Are we even still in Verton? The dense tree cover makes it impossible to tell the time of day or even the direction we're heading. At this rate, we'll never make it to Vienne. We can send someone to look for a local guide. Or I can say I know exactly where we are and get 10 points in Seasoned Traveller. I'm going to get 10 points in Seasoned Traveller. Yeah. Which now means that we are a lot of the way along to the next level of that. Seasons of Change. As we prepare to set off in the morning, I see Gilberto stand outside the camp all alone. As I walk over to talk to him, I notice a change in the wind. A surprisingly warm breeze caresses my face for a moment. A noticeable change from the cold weather we've had recently. It is finally spring. Okay. I love the couple of days admiring spring. Slope. I hear that guy shout in panic. Soon thereafter, I hear a loud cracking sound, like that of wood breaking or of my patience finally snapping. I step out on the grass to see splintered remains of a wagon wheel, my wagon wheel. I'm sorry, my liege. My turn as lookout, and I fell asleep at the time. Okay, so we have 5 days delay, or we can have less days delay, but lose some prestige. I'll just take the 5 days delay. It's fine. My liege is being attacked by Duke Christopher against the tyranny of Kaiser Andreas II. If he loses, then his heir will be Prince Godzello. Okay. Ermengarde is going to marry Duke Adalberto of Spoleto. Yes, that's fine. Also, I haven't even seen her finish her education yet. The Duke Alberto should now be someone I can get an alliance with, along with Duke Salvatore. He doesn't want an alliance. Alright, well, that's his problem. Right. You sure you don't want an alliance? I'm allied with your brothers. No, it's because he's arrogant and we're currently at war are the main reasons. Okay. Fair enough. We're about to finish another siege. Nice. We're up at 42%. But yeah, it's because this is being de-sieged by Maghreb. Oh dear, this is not ideal. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to have to end the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. We still have not managed to win any war in France. I don't know why France haven't white peaced this war so we can focus on the Maghreb war, but who knows? Anyway, I'm going to end it there. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.